Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cruise and Travel Store. We are going to be talking today about travel nightmares and what happens after the booking. A lot of people think that we are just the order takers, like going through a drive-through, but I would say this job is far greater than that, right, Corey?
Oh, it's a lot more work involved than just simply just ticking a box.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people who want to be travel agents or travel advisors these days think that we just sit with a book and spit out these magical holidays, but it's much more in depth than that. We not only curate these amazing holidays for you, but we really follow you through into destination. And that's something we're going to talk about today, which is what we do after you book. In destination, something happens, obviously. What sort of protection can a client have when you book with us?
Well, for example, the first thing and the most direct way of reaching us will always be via an email or after hours. Always feel free to give our store number a call. We do have 24 after hours support for all of our clientele, which means that if anything does go wrong while you're out and abroad in destination, we are able to jump in, get you those changed flights. We're able to book you that taxi to get you through to that destination. Your transfer falls through, that's fine. We'll look at an alternative for you. Anything that happens, we can sit down and actually go through and find a solution for you.
Yeah, we get a lot of those. So last minute, you've got trains changes, you've got airline changes, cancellations. I'll tell you a story of a recent customer who was en route to London, and his flight from Hong Kong to London had actually changed while he was in the air. By the time he landed, I'd actually already changed his flight to somebody else, liaised with the airline over the 6-hour period. And when he landed, he had a text from me ready to go to say, go to the airport counter. They have a new boarding pass for you. Don't worry, your flight has been cancelled, but I've taken care of it. Now, he just responded back like, OMG, you are the bomb. And that's what we do, right? So we not only book your travel, we follow you into destination. We check you along the way. We check in on you to ensure that you are having the best experience possible. But it comes down to the recommendation of good travel insurance before you leave, right?
Of course, there's only so much that realistically, there is only so much that any person can do. We're all human. Obviously, having the experience and the skills in the industry makes things a lot easier, but there are always certain instances where that experience or that skill can't get it over the line. And that's a very critical reason why travel insurance does exist.
Yeah, and having a good travel advisor, I guess, is like having a good hairdresser, having a good doctor to go to, someone who advises you on travel. And travel insurance is really important. If you don't have good travel insurance, it can be really hairy and scary. You see those GoFundMes pop up all over socials all the time. Avoid those and get really good travel insurance and book with a travel advisor and an agency that has lots of experience on sending people in destination.
Of course, I do have a scenario that's happened in the last 4 months with an actual client of mine. They decided not to take out travel insurance. They did a simple Morton Island Carnival adventure sailing for 4 nights off the edges of the Australian border. What ended up happening was the male passenger had a heart attack on board, needed to be airlifted off the ship to Brisbane's Royal Hospital. And at the end of it, their $1,800 sailing turned into an $85,000 sailing.
People don't think of the travel insurance, right?
Not
For
at all.
domestic cruising, it is so important. And again, really hones in on ensuring that you have cruise specialists, a specialist agency taking care of you that's accredited and has lots of life experience with travel.
I'm sure Belle has had to handle a significantly more amount of things that's had to...
25 years in travel, I've seen it all. From cancellations before departure, COVID, tsunamis, Mount Etna in Italy she's not happy at the moment. So things like that are really important when it comes to booking with an experienced travel advisor.
Can you tell us a couple more of those stories?
I would say the most things that happen while overseas as well, ferry strikes, train strikes, airline strikes, weather, people getting sick while in destination as well. That's really important that you have that backup. I find that customers are really loving booking with us because they feel like they have someone like almost a ghost agent traveling with them, holding their hands. I just had a lady collect her documentation for the most fabulous European holiday next week, and she really felt like she needed to hug me when she left because she was just so grateful that someone had thought of everything. And to have that moment with a client is really what we strive for. We're not just an order taker. We're not just churn and burn. We are that agency that really is obsessed with our customer. And anyone who knows us knows how important they are to us. Without them and without our beautiful staff and team and support agents, this wouldn't all be possible. So come down and see us. We'd love to book your next adventure.
See where we can take you next.
Ooh, I love that. Thanks, guys.
Take care.